And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at Mixtour. Now this is a two-player abstract game from Gerhard's. They make amazing looking abstract games. Their games are beautiful wooden components. This one here comes with little wooden cups. This is a two-player game in which you are trying to make a stack of 5 and have your piece on top. But what makes this game intriguing is that you can move your pieces or your opponent's pieces, but how you move them is unique. Here's how the game plays. So one person is red, one person is white, and so on your turn, you can place a piece on any space on the board, or you can move a piece that's already on the board. So at the beginning of the game, there'll probably be some placement done here. Now, when you move a piece that's on the board, so let's say white decides to move this piece. You don't have to move your own piece, you can move any piece. So you move it, and it has to always land on top of another piece. It can't be blocked by anything else. And when you go to a spot, you have to be that many spaces away from it. So this is one piece here, so anything one away can go on top of it. So white moves that there. So now red does this, I guess. Now white on his turn can take this piece and go here. Now why can white do that? Because this is 2. So you move 2 to go on top of it. Now the only way that someone can land on top of this is to go 3. So red doesn't really like that maneuver, so red will do this here. And then white is going to do this because it can land on top of that if they so desire. Now red will put a piece here. Now why does red put it, actually red will put a piece here because red's a bad player. That blocks white from doing that. However, since it's one away, white can move the piece there this time. So red is trying to figure out how he's going to handle this, so red might do something like this. White is going to put a piece here, that which will allow red to go on top of that. Red is going to move that piece here. However, at that point in time, then white can take this here and jump on top of that because it's only 2 away. Once you have 5 or more, whoever's on top wins. That's it. Now, when you move, you don't have to move all your pieces. So, for example, let's say this is the situation on board. The one player could just do this. They could simply do that because it's 1 away. So they could do that, or they could do that. So the trick about the game is remembering that when you move to another piece, it's how, like this one's 4. The only way you can land on it is if it's in the other corner. Then boom, I just win the game. But other than that, you have to be very cautious. And since you can move anyone's pieces, so let's put some pieces on the board. Let me just show you again how pieces can move here. So right now, nobody can jump onto that piece because they would have to be 3 away. Nobody can jump onto that piece because they'd have to be 1 away. No one can jump on this piece because they have to be 3 away. This piece, though, this piece can go on top of it, so can this piece, or this, or this. This piece can have this one go on top of it, or this, or this, or this, this, or this. This one, the red piece can go on top of it because they're 2 away. So once you understand how those rules work, you can play. Now, you can also play a tournament style, which says as soon as somebody does, let's say white goes here because they can, 2 away. So white wins this round. White would get 1 black token. This is removed from the board, but everything else stays for the second game. And then you just keep going till someone gets 3 black tokens and then they win the match. That's how you play. This game has beautiful pieces, like I said at the beginning. The cups stacking themselves is pretty neat. But, you know, beautiful abstract's fine, but how does it play? This is a thinky one. This is one of those games where I lose all the time, not because I'm outthinking the other player, but because I keep making mistakes. Because there's so many possibilities, and how you put a piece out or how you move a piece is opening your opponent up to how they move. It's really kind of backwards thinking for me to think that the piece, the number that I have, is how people move to it. See, it's a little easier when you say, okay, this is too high, so this can move 2 spaces in any direction. That's kind of the way that we've been trained, or other games have taught you to think. The number in your stack is how far you can move. No, the number that you can move is to the spot. and you don't have to move everything. So then that's actually critical to the game. Sometimes you just want to move a couple. You're trying not to set your opponent up for a win, and you certainly can set it up so that no matter what they do, you're going to win in the next turn. And many of the games I played of this have been very short, mostly because somebody has made a mistake. This is a pretty solid two-player abstract game. I was very impressed with it. I don't know that I want to play this kind all the time because, again, that whole thinking in a different way, it's good, it's interesting, but it's also like, it's a little bit of work to do it sometimes. It reminds me of Zerts, which was a game in which marbles you had to set your opponent up to jump you. It was just kind of a thinking in a different way. That's what this game does. The whole getting 5 in a row, a stack, is actually besides the point. It's having your opponent set you up for the better move, or setting you up to set the, I don't know, either way. It's certainly different. So it's a cool little game. Check it out. That is, wow, the name though is not very Mixtour. I don't know what that means, but check it out. Dice Tower Judgment approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!